Hello everyone, my name is Eddie and I'm part of the guild. We maintain a lot of open source projects, but the one I'm most involved with at the moment is GraphQL Codegen. My current focus is to improve Apollo Federation support from within Codegen, and so I'm creating this series to share my understanding about Federation and the changes that we're making to improve type support for Federation. So let's dive in. Let's look at GraphQL Codegen PR 10216, and in this PR we're going to fix a bug where key directive and mappers do not work well together. Before we look at the bug, let's take a look at how Federation key directive works. In this scenario, we have two subgraphs, one called product subgraph, and we also have a user subgraph. Now, we can see that in product subgraph's product type, key directive is being used with fields being ID. What that means is if a query jumps to product subgraph to resolve any product field, it can provide the ID field to resolve the rest of the product field, such as name in this case. So what does it mean when a query jumps to a subgraph? Here we have an example. In this query, we're trying to query me, which is the logged in user, and we're trying to get their favorite product as part of this query. Then we are going to get the name of that product. However, we can see that within the user subgraph, it cannot resolve the name of the product, mainly because in real life applications, user service wouldn't carry the name of a product. That's the job of a product service. Therefore, it must jump to the product subgraph to be able to resolve the product name given an ID, which is the ID of the product. When the jump to product type in product subgraph happens, it's gonna trigger a resolver called resolve reference, where the first param of this resolver will contain the ID, which is declared in the key directive here. From here, we can just resolve a product by, say, call the database or fetch it from another service and return it as part of the resolve reference resolver. From here, it just becomes like a normal mapper, and we can use it to resolve the values of subsequent resolvers. Now, let's compare it to a query that starts from the product subgraph. In this case, it's just going to call the product query like normal, and then it will skip over resolve reference altogether. Now, let's take a look at the bug in question. Here we are seeing that the ID doesn't exist on our ref. So what is our ref currently? It is based on database product, and it's trying to pick the ID field from database product. So what is database product? It is being used as our mapper here, and database product actually have an underscore ID instead of just ID. However, from our schema, we know that the ref must contain ID to be able to resolve the rest of the field. So that is where the bug is. Our ref here is supposed to pick from the base product, not the database product. So let's fix that. I've released alpha version for this fix, so let's install those versions, and then we're gonna run Codegen again. All done. So now when we go back to product, we can see that there's no more type errors, and our ref is using the correct type as the base type for ID. So we have just gone through the context and the fix for the key directive and mappers bug when they're used together. Now, if you go to the PR link in the description, you may see that there's one breaking change in this PR. I'm also planning a few more breaking changes in the subsequent Federation PRs, and I'm gonna bunch them all up together into one major version release for TypeScript Resolvers plugin of Codegen. This is where I also want to hear about the experience of the community so that I can make the right changes within this major version release. So if you have feedback or thoughts on your experience using Codegen with Federation, feel free to put them in the comment section or go straight to the PR issue link in the description and let me know your thoughts.